my dear YouTube friends. How are you doing today? Welcome to my channel. If you're back, hi, hello. I am very grateful to see you here. And if you're new here, hi, welcome. I appreciate you being here, and I hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel. There's a subscribe button right down there. Next to it, you will find a bell. If you ding that and choose all, you will be notified whenever I put up a new video. Yes, and don't forget, give this video a thumbs up. It really does help the algorithms, and please do the same with every other channel. It really helps. So today's video is going to be a Wip Chat. If you don't know what that is, Wip, W-I-P, stands for work in progress. And my Wip today is a diamond painting. Yours can be knitting, crochet, cross stitch. You can go grocery shopping, you can drive your car, and you can sit in a chair and just listen. Treat this like a podcast. So, and chat means I'm gonna chat your ears off for a while. So let's talk about my Wip. My diamond painting is this one, Astronomer, by Miles Pinkney. It has been released by Diamond Art Club, and look at it. I absolutely love it. I am over here somewhere, but yeah, I absolutely love it. It is a big one. It is 70 by 105 centimeters, and it is a part of my event called Astronomer Paint Along 2024 that takes place in January and February. So if you have this canvas in your stash and want to join us, it is absolutely not too late. And I have the Facebook group linked down below, and also the hashtag that you can use on both Facebook and Instagram. So what else am I using? I am using this cute little tray from BellaArtdeNicole. And then I'm having these two pens from Enabler's Outpost. On both of them, I have a single placer from Diamond Art Club, and I have a glue dot in both of them. Down here, I have a 3-placer from Diamond Art Club with some of my own homemade putty in it. And this is a 4-placer from AliExpress, nice and thin, with, I think, some Merry Mud in it. I'm not sure, it's been a while. So yeah, these beautiful, this is the Amethyst pen that they made in honor of Summer with the Masters last year. And this is a pen that I traded with Edward. He got a knitted scarf, and I got this one. So I have all my drills in these knockoff Elizabeth Ward containers. This is my favorite size. It's the second smallest ones. It fits a big bag of drills from Diamond Art Club. So that's the one I prefer. I also have my trusted tweezers. The pink ombre are from Diamond Art Club, and the black ones are from AliExpress. What else do I have? I have a bunch of enhancement, sparklers from DP with sparklers. I bought the enhancement kit for the Astronomer since I was the one who asked Tima to make the enhancement kit. I mean, I had to, right? I also used these 5200 crystals to bling up the stars because I love them to shine a little more. And what else? I have my little trash tray here. And yes, there is a lot of trash in this kit, sadly, but usually there is enough drills, so it won't be an issue. And I have a cup of cocoa because it is cold outside, so I need something extra hot today. But yeah, let's get into it. First, How are you doing? Please let me know down in the comment field how you are doing. And also, what are you working on or what are you doing while listening to this Wip Chat? I would love to know. I'm nosy or curious. Call it what you want. I call it curious, and I've been curious my entire life. That is, it's a part of my personality. I want to know things, and right now I want to know how you're doing and what you're up to. So yeah, let's talk about what's been going on. So last Wednesday we had a snowstorm in Denmark. Well, in the northern part of Denmark, it was a real snowstorm. Down here, it was more of a, I don't know, snowfall, maybe, I don't know. We did get a bunch of snow, and it was flying around, but I'm not sure I would call what we had a snowstorm. But we did get, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches of snow, which is 3 or 4 inches of snow more than we usually get. But it was pretty as long as it was outside and I didn't have to go out in it. Usually I say there should be a rule that snow can only be on the lawns and on the fields, not on the roads and sidewalks, and I just moved everything around here. Why did I do that? Hang on. That is what happening when you're a hot presser like I am. I need to figure out. So yeah, snowstorm, snowfall, whatever you want to call it. Come on. Come on. Thank you. And this one goes. I just put in a new glue dot, so it's still a little sticky, but it's okay. There you go. Oh dear. That happens every now and then when I press too hard, because I want them to lay flush against each other. So anyway, we got a bunch of snow, and apparently people in Denmark aren't very good to listen at the authorities, because Wednesday and Thursday people were told, please don't, drive unless it is absolutely necessary. Was that Wednesday or just Thursday? I can't remember. One of the days, I think it was Thursday, people were told, please don't drive unless it is absolutely necessary. And I guess some people found that no matter what they were doing, it was necessary. And it ended up with people getting stuck at the highway. Some had to sleep in their cars, but that was mainly because our system was apparently just as shocked at the snow as like everybody else. So it took them a while to get people out to clear the highways and the roads, for that matter. So yeah, people got stuck, and some people were stuck for almost 22 hours. So they had to sleep in their cars, which of course sucks. It absolutely does. And yeah, and also people don't, prepare themselves for driving in the snow, like, getting blankets or duvets and having a shovel bringing food and water, which is always a good idea if you're driving in the snow in case you get stuck and have to wait for help. Yeah, I hate driving in the snow. I know how to. I just hate it. And then if the snow isn't shoveled, it ends up being like ice. And I hate driving on ice even more than I hate driving in snow. So I haven't really been outside, or at least I haven't been outside where I'm driving. Only Monday, where I am having Rosa, my 3.5-year-old niece. I think that's the only day that I have been driving since last Wednesday. Yeah, so that was snow days. And I was inside. We had the wooden stove going because it was freezing cold. We have had minus temperatures the entire weekend. And thank God it isn't as cold anymore, because for a few days when we woke up in the morning, the house felt chill because of the wind and everything, and the windows got colder. So yeah, the house was cold. But you know, having a wooden stove is amazing when it is cold outside. So I've been lounging around the wooden stove, just enjoying life, and the cats also. We have 4 cats. So when my husband went to work, we were just lounging and enjoying the heat, and I was like, bye baby, take care, don't get too cold. I stay here in the warm by the fire. Yeah. He said it was so cold outside, and I believe him. I didn't have to go out to it to believe him it was cold. I could see outside. So I think Friday we were out grocery shopping, which then was the first time I was outside since it had snowed. See, I'm on disability, so I don't work, which means I have the luxury of staying inside in this kind of weather. So we were out shopping for the weekend, you know, groceries, and I had to go to the pharmacy to get some medicine, and what else? We had to do something, yeah. Anyway, so we found out what we were having for dinner through the weekend, and then we went home. David left for work, and I was diamond painting, which I've been diamond painting a lot last week since, you know, I had nothing else to do. Saturday was a lounging day again. We were just lounging, enjoying time with the cats and watching Blue Bloods. That is my favorite series because it has Donnie Wahlberg in it. And if you don't know Donnie Wahlberg, that is one of the members. Hang on, sorry. Sorry. That was my phone reminding me to take some of my medicine, which I already did. I just forgot that I had put on that reminder. Donnie Wahlberg is a member of New Kids on the Block, my favorite band since 1989. But if you don't know him, you probably know Tom Selleck, who plays the commissioner in Blue Bloods. But yeah, that is one of my favorite series, and David and I are watching it together at the moment. We are at season 6. So yeah, we have a way to go. I think when I watched it the first time, I got to season 4 or 5, and then we couldn't watch it anymore here in Denmark. And then it finally came on one of our streaming services, so David and I started watching it together. So yeah, I just hope that they don't remove it again before we're done, because we don't watch every weekend. We just, sometimes we do our own stuff, and sometimes we watch movies instead. So, and in general, we don't watch a whole lot of TV, which is why we only have streaming services, because no need to pay for a TV pack when we don't watch TV. So yeah, most evenings I am in here, diamond painting or knitting and listening to audiobooks, or talking with friends on Messenger or Zoom. Do you use Zoom? I would love to know. Do you chat with people online, like diamond painters or what? Just family and friends? Because Zoom is an amazing thing. I knew of it before COVID, I think. Yeah, I think I knew of it before COVID. But, it got even more popular during COVID. And now I just love talking to people online. But, most evenings I just listen to audiobooks. I'm a huge audiobook fan. And I can listen for, 6, 7, 8 hours. If it's on a, weekday. In the weekend, not so much. But when I'm alone, darn it, the glue dot. Even though I unstick it, sometimes it needs to be a little less sticky sometimes. I just poke it on my finger. Others poke it on their clothes, but I don't like the fuss getting on it. But we all do it the way we find it best. Do you use wax or glue dots or putty in your single placer? Inquiring minds wants to know. So yeah, I think, was that it for this color? I think so. But yeah, Sunday is cleaning day in our house. And then I had my live in the evening, which was a lot of fun. If you haven't joined one of my lives before, please consider doing so. It is nice, and we don't have a bunch of people in it, so everybody gets a say, and it is more of a conversation than me speaking with myself. And I really enjoy that we aren't that many, and I know a bunch of my subscribers say the same, that it isn't 200 people trying to be seen by me. It is, I don't know, if we're a lot of people, we are maybe 15, 16 people. I wouldn't mind, if there were more, but I would be sad if I suddenly had a few hundred people in my lives and I couldn't get to everybody because the chat was just moving along so fast. I really love that my channel is still small. I mean, small. I have almost 400 subscribers. I would love to get to 400 just because. So please please share my channel if you think that somebody would, you know, like it. I would love to get to 400. Sorry. Frog in my throat. I've had that since before Christmas. So yeah, I had my live. It was fun. And we... the subjects move all over the place. Basically, whatever people are talking about in the chat, that's what the subject is. I might have a plan for what I want to talk about. And I might get to talk about it just a little. And then the viewers ask something or they talk about something. And that is where we're going. And I love it. I love that you never know where a topic goes. I mean, in this Wip Chat, I decide what we're going to talk about or what I'm going to talk about. But in the lives, you never know. You never know, which is so fun. I go into my lives every week wondering, I wonder what today's topics will be. Just because, yeah, it's a surprise every week. So, hang on. Some of these drills don't want to cooperate today. So, it's Wednesday today, and usually my Wip Chats go up on Tuesdays. And I did film a Wip Chat yesterday, but I have no idea what happened. The video was unusable, so yeah, I had, well, didn't have to, but I decided to make a new video today, and I will upload it when I'm done chatting with you guys. But I have literally no idea what happened. I have been trying to figure it out since yesterday, and I've been trying to fix the issue, which I couldn't. So, yeah. Here we are, Wednesday. I'm trying again, and I can't remember what I was talking about yesterday. Well, I know I was talking about snow, but if it's the same as we talked about today, I don't think so. My memory is horrible. But if you've been here a while, you know that. And if you're new, I'm sorry, you get used to it. So yeah, that's the weekend. Monday is Rosa Day. And usually I pick her up from kindergarten, which isn't the same kindergarten as you know it from the US. This isn't school or at a school. This is for kids between 3 and 6 years old before they go to school. And they're basically just playing, being outside, learning motor skills and stuff like that. And yeah, it's different because, you know, of course the systems is different from the US to Denmark or even Britain. I guess most of Scandinavian is the same. I know that. But yeah, so I pick her up from kindergarten usually. But yesterday my brother wrote that she was at home because she had a bad night. She woke up and couldn't sleep again, so she was home. She lives full-time with my brother and sees her mom every now and then. They're making a new arrangement, so she will be with her mom every other weekend for 2 days. So yeah, this is the mom's own choice. She chose to leave, and she chose to say that Rosa should stay with a dad. So, yeah, and my brother is a good dad. He really stepped up when he became a single dad. I have a hair on my glue dot. So yeah, I pick her up and then we play and watch TV or whatever the little lady wants to do for a few hours. And then we go to gymnastics. I've been the one who takes her to gymnastics since she was 1 year old. That is our thing together. So in the beginning, until she turned 3, it was like a adult child gymnastics program. Now it is just the kids on the floor. So I'm staying out in the dressing room and she goes on the floor alone with a bunch of kids. Some of the parents where we are isn't very good at the parents stay out in the dressing room, which, yeah, I don't know. I find it weird that the trainers don't kick them out, because we were told the first few times that, okay, it's okay, you're in here for the first 2 or 3 times, then you need to go out so that the kids are in here alone. And by now I basically think that they've given up. But, yeah, Rosa is like, Auntie, please sit out here. And then she comes out to me whenever she wants a drink or, yeah, if she needs to tell me something or something like that. And then I won't see her until class is over. She loves it. She absolutely loves it. But Monday she was a little, I don't know, maybe because she was still tired. We were watching Cinderella, sorry, and we had talked about, we need to stop Cinderella because we can't see all of it before gymnastics. And she had said, okay. And I had told her, in 10 minutes, we need to turn off the TV. We have to go to gymnastics. And she had nodded that she understood. And then when I said, 5 minutes, she didn't want to go to gymnastics because she wanted to watch Cinderella. And I, explained to her that we had a deal that she could watch Cinderella, but then when it was time for gymnastics, we would turn off the TV and we could watch it again. Next week we could watch the rest of it. And yeah, she wasn't too happy about it, but I said this was the deal we made. I know you find this a little, I know you want to watch the rest of the Cinderella, but we need to go to gymnastics now. And I got her there, and she was in class for quite a while, and then all of a sudden she came out to me like, I'm taking a break. I was like, okay, so you can rest out here for a few minutes and then you need to go back in. But then she didn't want to go in again, so I asked her, so you just need to, do you want to get dressed and then we go home to Dad? She didn't want to do that. She was like, well, if you don't want to go home now, you need to go back in and do gymnastics. And she wasn't really ready to do that either. And then she wanted me to be at the door. I was like, okay, I can be at the door, but then you need to go back in. And she did go back in, but the minute she saw one of the trainers, she planted herself next to her. So she didn't really do a whole lot of gymnastics. So I was like, okay, well, if if you aren't doing the gymnastics, then there's no reason for me to stand here at the door. So I went back to where I was sitting, and yeah. But she stayed in there for the rest of the class, and then we got, I got her in her winter gear and ready to go home. So we came home to Daddy. It takes about 5 minutes to get there from the class. We did used to be out here where we live. I live in a tiny village outside of the city, which I love living out here. It's so silent, and it's a cozy little one. Our county has about, 2,200 people in it, and the village I live have maybe 1,000. So yeah, it isn't a whole lot of people, and I love it. I would have never thought that I would end up living out here outside the city. I've been a city girl my entire life. I even lived in Berlin, where there are millions of people, and I loved it. So when I met my husband, he was like, his dream was to live on a farm outside a city, and I was like, ooh, yeah, not sure about that. So, but we still ended up together, even though, he had that. But he still said, it doesn't have to happen. It's just a dream, but it would be a big job to maintain a farm like that. And it would only be, so that he can have his truck, bring it home. He's a truck driver, and now he's home every day. He doesn't have his own truck. He's sharing with a co-worker. So no need for a farm. We live in a cul-de-sac with only 8 houses. So it's kind of like living in this small little place within a village, and I like it. We know all our neighbors and say hello to each other whenever we meet, we lived in a townhouse before, and even though we knew all our neighbors, it was more like, yeah, people wouldn't say hi, or we didn't, just stop and talk to each other. It was, I don't know. Where does this one go? Did I do something wrong here? I need to do it like this and this. I wonder. Sometimes I don't know what happens. I'm like, wait, I made a mess on my own. Yeah, anyway. I mess up my drills every now and then I have to figure out what happened. So yeah, the gymnastic class is pretty close by. The reason we changed where we're going is because out here it would have been way too late for her. The class would have started at 5:30 p.m. and it wouldn't end until 4:30 p.m. it would begin, and it would end at, hang on, I'm just confusing myself here. Yeah, it would end at, hang on, it would begin at 5:30 p.m. and be over at 6:15 p.m., which is kind of late since we also had to, get dressed and then drive 10 minutes home. So she wouldn't be home until 6:30 p.m., which was, kind of late because usually she and my brother eats at around 5. And then when she and I have gymnastics, it's a little later. So the place that we go now is from 5 to 5:45 p.m. And then I need to get her dressed, and she's home at 6, maybe 6:05. And then she can, eat with her dad, and sometimes I stay to eat with them. And then she can go to bed at 7:30, and my brother still gets to have a little time with her before her going to bed. So that half an hour means everything. So that's why we chose to get to the new place. And she really loves it. It's a bigger, if you can say it like that, and there is more adults, more trainers, and they have a bunch of stuff that they can, jump around on than the one out here had. They have this big air track, and the kids love it because when the class start, it is on the floor with no air in it. And then when they're ready to jump around on the thing that they make for them, all the kids sit on the air track while it is pumped up, and the kids love it. And then when they're done with the track they've done, they've climbing and jumping and rolling and all the things, all the motor skill training they do, they get to sit on the air track again while the air is removed. So every kid is like, we need to be there on time because the air track is being blown up, which is adorable and cute. I remember the first time Rosa had, experienced this, she was a little unsure of what was going to happen, but when she tried it that first time, she was like totally excited. And I think one or two of the other kids is in her kindergarten as well, which also means something. So she knows some of them. Well, by now she knows all of them. But I think that was a bit, secure maybe. But yeah, I love those Mondays. And Monday, when she was home and I got to pick her up, she basically came running to me asking, are we going to gymnastics today? We hadn't seen each other for, a week or so. And before that, we hadn't seen each other for 2 weeks before Christmas. We spent Christmas at my brother's. So we saw her there. And then Monday was Christmas Day, which she, of course, spent with her dad. We celebrate Christmas on the 24th in Denmark. So Christmas Day is, most people relax on that day. Or they have Christmas dinners with family. We have a big Christmas dinner with my husband's family on Boxing Day. So we spent Christmas Day cooking and getting ready for that Christmas dinner. We all bring food, and then we bring little gifts. They do this game. I don't participate in it because it's too loud sometimes. Come on, get it. So usually I find a corner to knit or something like that. But it's cozy. These Christmas dinners is, despite there being a bunch of people, we're 20 or so. It is nice seeing people. We don't always see each other, you know, that much throughout the year. Maybe, you know, we have some that we see more than others, just because, you know, I don't know how to explain that. We're more alike. I think that's the best way to explain it. So you naturally tend to meet more. I don't know. Does that sound wrong? What happened here? Oh, stuck drills. Find a new one. Is this one a stuck drill as well? No. Don't you just hate when drills are stuck together? Drives me bonkers every now and then. Which one to pick? Which one to pick? I think we're taking this one. So, what do you call this symbol? Some call it a lollipop, others call it a spoon or a microphone. What do you call it? Please let me know down in the comment field. I don't know. I think of it more like a spoon. But let me know what you think. In Curious Minds wants to know. There you go. So I don't know if you have heard that the Queen of Denmark is retiring, abdicating. So we are getting a king. The crown prince will become king this Sunday. So David and I decided, you know, to go over there because that might be the only time we get the chance to see a new king being, you know, crowned. They don't crown people here, but it's being, what do you call that? Taking the oath or whatever you want to call it. I mean, the queen has been queen for 52 years that day. So she has been queen my entire life. I'm 44 years old. I don't know any other queen or king or whatever that has been on the throne here. So it is big, and it was very emotional on New Year's Eve when she announced that she was going to retire. That and I could see the same on Facebook. A lot of people were like, was I the only one becoming very emotional? And no, everybody was, I think. So yeah, so we decided to go over there, to be there and see him walk out on the balcony and be declared new king, with his wife being the new queen. And yeah, then we make a day out of it. We're gonna, you know, find somewhere to have dinner and see if we can find something to do after. Don't know what, but since it is a Sunday, but we'll probably find something to do. And then just enjoy ourselves. So there won't be any lives on Sunday. I'm not home. I will try to get some video and some pictures to show you next Wip Chat. I can't wait. I mean, it's such a special occasion And I know, like, there will be a million people over there. So we need to get over there in time. I mean, we will be in Copenhagen about 2 hours before they are going to announce him king, and I'm not even sure that's early enough. But that's the best we can do. I just wish to get close enough to get some pictures and videos. We'll see. We'll see. At least we'll be there. Yeah. But it would be cool to get that close to actually, you know, see them as more than little dots or whatever you want to say. Yeah, well, we have to see what's going on. Maybe I can just push myself through the crowds and say, excuse me, poke people with my elbows. Being like, hey, I'm small, I need to go up front. Wouldn't that be fair that all the little people could be up front so that they could actually see something? It should be a rule as well. If you're lower than 5 something, you get to stand in front of everything, because if you then end up behind somebody who's 6 whatever, you can't see anything. At least I can't. And I hate it. It's the same at concerts. Why do I always end up behind someone very tall and they won't budge an inch if I ask them, you know, could you maybe step a little to the side so that I can see the scene? And they just look at me and go like, no. And I need to bite my tongue so that I don't hit them very hard. Because apparently that's not nice. But I mean, it's not nice of them either that they won't budge just a little. I'm trying to see if I have any more of these. I don't think so. I don't think so. Nope. Next symbol. But yeah. And when we go over to Copenhagen, they have a Dunkin' Donuts over there. We don't have that in the rest of the country, I think. That is the only place we have a Dunkin' Donuts. So I kind of told David, you know what? When we're over there, I need to get a donut. Just because I got one a few years, well, not a few years ago. It's actually 6, 7 years ago by now, when I was over visiting my friend. And I haven't been over there by train since. I mean, I don't really go that far usually. I forgot one symbol. Hang on. Do you, when you just have a few to place, do you just grab it out of the container? And how many do you want to grab out of the container? I usually just do a few, and if I then have less than 10, I just pour them on my release paper. You know, grab a few and throw on there, and then I place them from there. Hang on, please de-stick a little. Thank you. Have you tried enhancing a square kit before? Because am I the only one? I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't do rounds at all. But I found that these sparklers for square, sorry. Oh, they're yawning. I had a little issue getting them to stick. I don't know. Or they wouldn't budge from the single placer. I have no idea what was going on. And yeah, it took me forever, but I think that I found out what to do. But I was really frustrated. And I was like, see, there's a reason I don't like round drills. But yeah. I am learning, and I'm still not a fan of rounds. But the sparklers, don't tell Berta. She's going to mock me for the rest of my life, but they do fill out rather nice. I mean, there's a bunch of them down here, and if you step away, you can't see that they're rounds. But I still find it bothersome to place them because I need to do it precisely, and they aren't really cooperating that well in being placed. But yeah, it's okay. It just takes a little longer, and I'm a slow diamond painter as it is. So it would be nice if they cooperate just a little bit more. I'm slow enough as it is. Let go of that drill. Darn it. Apparently this color is mocking me as well. So, how long have I been yabbing? 52 minutes. Do you listen to audiobooks, or what do you do while you're knitting or diamond painting or whatever you're crafting with? Do you watch YouTube? Do you watch TV series? Listening to books? Tell me down in the comment field what you're doing. I do watch Supernatural every now and then. Not all the time. And then sometimes I'm watching YouTube videos, or rather I'm listening to YouTube videos. While I'm diamond painting, so I can't. Oh, well, every now and then I will look up to see what people are doing. If they say, look at this, or something like that, I will look up, but most of the time I'm basically just listening while I'm diamond painting myself. And then again, most of the time I'm just listening to audiobooks. And I'm into fantasy and sci-fi mostly. But I'm not into romance. I'm totally forgetting my chocolate over here. You should tell me that I'm forgetting my chocolate. Huh, it's a good temperature now. Sorry. But yeah, I would love to know. So, I listen to novels. Right now I'm listening to sci-fi. It's about this spaceship out in year 3400 or something like that. And I really enjoy it. Just because it's different, it's funny, it's exciting. There is a lot going on. The Earth has been occupied, and they are trying to save Earth. At the same time, they're saving other worlds in order to make alliances. And yeah, I have 15 books in that series, and I'm on book 9, I think it is. And it is a saga, they call it, and this series is part 1, and then there is a part 2. I think I'm going to listen to some other stuff when I'm done with this part, and then I'll go back and listen to part 2. But I just have so many books I want to read, and reading 2 series of 15 books is, it's not a lot, but I just have so many other books that I want to read. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure it isn't the same people in part 1 and 2. At least it didn't seem to when I read about part 2. So I think it's going to be okay if I take a little break. I think, I don't even know what I'm going to read when I'm done with this series. I mean, it will take me a little while to finish. I mean, on a good day, depending on how long the book is and how long I have to listen, and if I don't have any videos to film, or if I don't have any YouTube videos to listen to, like Wip Chats and stuff like that, lives, I can listen about 7-8 hours, and some of the books is around 7-8 hours, so I can finish a book in one day or in one evening. But that isn't always the case. Sometimes it takes me a little longer, just due to whatever's going on. But yeah, so when this is done, and while I'm editing, I'm going to listen to my book. Hopefully I'll finish it today so I can move on to the next one. Because it's just a lot going on, and I can't wait to see how they're going to save Earth. You know, but we'll see. So, yeah, remember, I don't go live on Sunday, and I will try to film some videos for this weekend. I do need to film a year in review. It's just been a lot going on. And then again, please remember my event. If you have the Astronomer in your stash, I would love for you to join. I really love seeing people's progress. And it's not too late. I mean, we've only been at it 10 days. And so many of you guys are fast diamond painters. I have seen that in the Facebook group. I mean, people are more... I have some people in the group that are almost halfway, and I'm still on row 2. I mean, I just began this row like a few days ago. Tuesday I began on row 2. So yeah, I'm way behind a lot of the people, but who knows? It isn't a race, and I love the canvas. So yeah, join if you want to, and if you can't, and give me a thumbs up. It really does help. And then I will see you in my next video. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye. Love you.